Retirement distribution is a critical phase in your financial journey, a period where the strategies and decisions you make can profoundly impact your lifestyle, peace of mind, and legacy. Once you stop working and begin drawing from the nest egg you've carefully built over decades, the process of withdrawing money from your retirement accounts becomes central to your financial well-being. Understanding how and when to take these distributions is essential, as it determines your income, influences your taxes, and ultimately affects how long your savings will last. Let's explore the fundamental aspects of retirement distributions, beginning with the different types you might encounter. There are several categories, each with its own rules, benefits, and potential pitfalls. Firstly, required minimum distributions, commonly referred to as RMDs, are a government-mandated aspect of retirement planning. For most people, the IRS requires you to begin taking these distributions from your tax-deferred accounts, such as traditional IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, and SEP IRAs, at age 73. RMDs are calculated based on the balance in your account and your life expectancy, as determined by IRS tables. The intent behind RMDs is to ensure that retirement accounts are eventually taxed, since these accounts have benefited from years of tax deferral. Failing to take your RMDs results in steep penalties. The IRS imposes a 25% excise tax on the amount you should have withdrawn, but didn't. That's why it's crucial to know your required withdrawal amounts each year and to take them on time. Beyond RMDs, there are voluntary distributions, withdrawals you make before reaching the age when RMDs kick in. You might choose to withdraw funds earlier, particularly if you retire before age 73, or even before you turn 59 or and half. However, taking money out of most retirement accounts before 59 and half usually incurs a 10% early withdrawal penalty, on top of regular income taxes, unless you qualify for certain exceptions. These exceptions include disability, large unreimbursed medical expenses, qualified higher education costs, and a handful of other circumstances. Some retirees use early withdrawals strategically, such as creating bridge income to cover expenses until Social Security benefits begin, or to smooth out tax burdens over multiple years. Roth IRAs occupy a unique place in the retirement distribution landscape. Withdrawals from a Roth IRA are tax-free, provided the account has been open for at least 5 years and you're 59 or older. Unlike traditional IRAs and 401ks, Roth IRAs do not require you to take RMDs during your lifetime, making them a powerful tool for tax diversification and legacy planning. You can allow your Roth IRA to continue growing tax-free for as long as you wish, or even leave it as an inheritance for your heirs, who will also benefit from its tax advantage status under most circumstances. Now that we've covered the types of distributions, let's move to strategies for withdrawing funds. One widely discussed guideline is the 4% DO rule. This rule suggests that you withdraw about 4% of your retirement portfolio each year, adjusted for inflation. If you follow this approach, your money is expected to last approximately 30 years, a time frame that covers the average retirement span for many people. While the 4% rule is a helpful starting point, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Market fluctuations, changes in spending needs, and unexpected expenses can affect its reliability, so it's best used as a flexible framework rather than a rigid rule. Another popular withdrawal strategy is the bucket strategy. This method divides your retirement assets into 3 or more buckets, each designed to match different time horizons. The short-term bucket, covering your immediate needs for the next 1 to 3 years, holds cash and short-term bonds. This ensures your basic expenses are met regardless of market volatility. The mid-term bucket might contain intermediate-term bonds and balanced funds, providing income over 3 to 10 years. Finally, the long-term bucket is invested in stocks and other growth assets, aiming to outpace inflation and replenish the other buckets as needed. By segmenting your assets in this way, you can help manage risk and draw income in a structured manner. Tax efficiency is a vital component of retirement distribution planning. The order in which you withdraw from different types of accounts can make a significant difference in your lifetime tax burden. A common approach is to start with taxable accounts, such as brokerage accounts, where withdrawals generate capital gains taxes rather than ordinary income taxes. Once those assets have been depleted or minimized, you turn to tax-deferred accounts, like traditional IRAs or 401ks, which generate ordinary income taxes when withdrawn. Finally, you draw from tax-free accounts, such as Roth IRAs, which do not increase your taxable income. This sequence can help you minimize taxes over your retirement years and potentially keep you in lower tax brackets. Tax considerations are ever present in retirement distribution planning. Withdrawals from traditional IRAs and 401ks are taxed as ordinary income, which can push you into higher tax brackets, especially if you're taking large distributions. Roth IRA withdrawals, on the other hand, are tax-free if you meet the age and holding period requirements. Social Security benefits may also be partially taxable, depending on your total income. If your income exceeds certain thresholds, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be subject to federal income taxes. Additionally, high income in retirement can result in Medicare premium surcharges, known as Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amounts, or IRMAA. These surcharges increase your Medicare Part B and Part D premiums if your modified adjusted gross income exceeds specific limits. Timing and coordination of distributions is key to maximizing your retirement income and minimizing taxes. One of the most important decisions is when to begin claiming Social Security benefits. While you can start as early as age 62, waiting until your full retirement age, typically 67, or even delaying until age 70 can result in higher monthly benefits. Coordinating your retirement account withdrawals with your Social Security claiming strategy can produce optimal results. For example, you might choose to live off savings for a few years while delaying Social Security, allowing your benefits to grow. Alternatively, you might take partial Roth conversions before reaching RMD age, moving money from traditional accounts to Roth IRAs. This can reduce future RMDs, lower your taxable income in later years, and provide more flexibility for tax-free withdrawals. Annual review and adjustment are essential. Retirement distribution planning is not a set-it-and-forget-it process. Tax laws, market conditions, your health, and your spending needs will change over time. It's wise to revisit your withdrawal strategies and tax planning with a financial planner or CPA each year. Together, you can optimize your distributions to keep you in favorable tax brackets, avoid penalties, and ensure your investments last as long as possible. Let's delve deeper into the practical steps you can take to implement these strategies. Start by estimating your annual expenses in retirement. Consider housing, food, healthcare, travel, and discretionary spending. Make a list of your sources of income, Social Security, pensions, annuities, and your retirement accounts. Calculate your required minimum distributions if you're approaching or have reached age 73. Next, create a withdrawal plan that matches your income needs and tax situation. If you have significant assets in traditional IRAs or 401ks, consider whether partial Roth conversions make sense before RMDs begin. This strategy involves moving money from a tax-deferred account into a Roth IRA, paying taxes now at potentially lower rates, and reducing the size of future RMDs. Roth conversions can also help manage your taxable income, avoid Medicare surcharges, and provide tax-free income later. If you retire before Social Security kicks in, bridge the gap with withdrawals from taxable accounts, or by taking penalty-free withdrawals if you qualify for exceptions. For those retiring before 59, the IRS allows for substantially equal periodic payments, known as SEPP or 72T distributions, without penalties. However, these payments must follow strict rules and continue for a set period, so consult a professional before pursuing this strategy. As you age, your spending needs may shift. Healthcare costs often rise, while discretionary spending might decrease. Factor these changes into your withdrawal plan, adjusting your asset allocation and distribution strategy as needed. The bucket strategy can help here, allowing you to rebalance your buckets and replenish short-term and mid-term funds from your long-term growth assets. Throughout retirement, monitor your tax brackets and aim to minimize taxes on your withdrawals. For example, if you're in a lower tax bracket early in retirement, you might choose to take larger withdrawals from traditional IRAs to fill up the bracket before RMDs and Social Security benefits begin. This can reduce your lifetime tax bill and avoid pushing yourself into higher brackets later. Don't forget the impact of market volatility. If the stock market declines early in retirement, a phenomenon known as sequence of returns risk, drawing income from your investment accounts can deplete them faster. To mitigate this risk, keep enough cash or bonds on hand to cover several years of expenses, allowing your stocks time to recover before you need to sell them. Finally, consider your legacy goals. If you wish to leave assets to heirs, Roth IRAs are particularly attractive, as they are not subject to RMDs during your lifetime and pass on tax-free income to beneficiaries. Review your beneficiary designations on all accounts regularly, ensuring they align with your wishes and are updated to reflect changes in family circumstances. Retirement distribution is both an art and a science, a blend of strategic planning, careful monitoring, and flexibility. By understanding the rules, leveraging smart strategies, and seeking professional advice, you can enjoy a secure and fulfilling retirement, confident that you're making the most of the resources you've worked so hard to build. Remember, every decision you make in this phase can have lasting effects, not only for your own well-being, but for the financial future of those you care about. Take the time to plan, review, and adjust so you can savor your retirement years with peace of mind and financial freedom.